You know, ever since I've started season 3, I felt that the beginning of each video has felt a little bare, a little bland. I think it's time to cue the intro music. Welcome to a Monday episode that I'm hoping is actually going to go up on Monday of Vaygrim's Chance Season 3. We're at episode 30, ladies and gentlemen, which means by the time this video goes up, there's going to be a post, in theory, unless approvals are delayed on Curse, there will be an actual update to the world download. That means you'll be able to go get episode 30's world download. And that means that you can get the new construction. Yes, I've been a busy monkey. I've actually got not only the model village, and we're going to touch upon what's going on with that there in a minute. We've got actually the new magic tower and the new tech tower. Basically, I'm going to move Thaumcraft and some of Blood Magic into there and free out space in the central hub. I'm then going to move, start a lot of mechanism stuff in there. I might relocate Ender.io, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that mechanism and immersive engineering are going to completely engulf that tower. Yes, immersive engineering is at some point going to actually be on the server. So I'm very excited to see what that actually brings. But this does mean that we have a much bigger, much beefier footprint here. I can actually unhide the map now. I was trying to keep it a bit of a surprise. But I've done a hefty job of going through and replacing blocks on the outside with painted glowstone so that we get nice, even illumination on the outsides at night. So the whole thing glows at night. I've replaced key sections of the central dome with enlightened clear glass, which is what the outer domes are made of. That way we get nice, even lighting. The only thing I haven't lit up is the bottoms because they're going to get covered up by some kind of a pattern anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Model village. Let's go over here. Oh, right now I have a plan. I didn't actually finish the archways over here, but I'm going to have an archway, just like there's one right over on that side. I'm going to have an archway here that is going to have a walkway, a nice wide walkway that will swing out over to here. Going to be curved, and about halfway, I want to do a kind of a circular stop, kind of like a little garden park center. I'm going to do one of these at each point from here to here. I'm going to have the garden center, the big suspended gardens. Those are going to be here, and I'm going to have one going from there to there. From there to there. So there's going to be an outer walkway that you'll be able to traverse from all of the actual outer sections. That means, A, we're going to have more space in the central hub, and long term, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do with it. B, we're going to have more project space. Let's see. I think this is, I got to remember. Yeah, that is going to be, basically the east tower is going to be Thaumcraft. It's going to be the new magic tower. Now, I don't know if I want to put a layer of green space here and do witchery, or if I want to put witchery in the top half of the actual garden dome. I'm not sure. But I'm going to integrate a high-tech living space with a lot of green space. I want to use some garden stuff, the mod garden stuff, so that we actually have small potted trees and things like that. That's also something I need to do for the model village. Let's go over here real quick. The model village is doing very, very well. The villagers are currently huddled up in buildings, if you notice. I've discovered something interesting. They prefer the buildings on the west side of the map over the buildings on the east side. Now, these buildings are mirrored. These are mirrored structures. So everything is in the same place on both sides, except for that chunk loader right there, which is not active right now. But everything is equal on both sides. The doors are placed the same way. The windows are the same heights. The roofing is the same. The cobblestone walkway, everything. but for some reason they like hanging out on the west side of town, opposed to the east side of town. Now that's mainly at night. During the day, it is kind of prominent, but they wander around more during the day. At night, they always move to this side of town and all huddle up in these buildings to sleep. Because I can't remember if it's Railcraft or Witchery. Some mod adds a sleep mechanism, so you'll see villagers get into bed. I think it's Witchery, and go to sleep at night. Very interesting. So we have leveled out, I think, at about 16 villagers. We have some Railcraft villagers. We actually have some Thaumcraft, not Thaumcraft villagers, Witchery villagers. Oh, we have a Garden Stuff villager. I don't think we have an RF Tools villager, but I'm not sure if we can breed for an RF Tools villager. I'm tempted to go find a village somewhere far off that has an RF Tools villager and kidnap them. But yeah, hi. See, this is actually magic, and this is enchantment stuff, I think. Oh, no, this is a Garden Stuff. This is a Garden Stuff trader. Savannah clay pattern stamp, Savannah. It lets you do painting stuff, I think, if I remember right. That's the Witchery. The Witchery villager, right there. I can get wool of bat from them if I want to, as well as garlic. Railcraft, I've got like 3 Railcraft villagers. Nope, that one's empty. Empty. Excuse me, sir. I hear them. Oh, they must be upstairs. Maybe not. They are nearby. Here's some of them. Well, they're slamming doors furiously. Now, I do have trading post right here. I put 4 trading posts in. I hid them under the water. The only trouble is, these things are buggy. First of all, they take a while to acknowledge which villagers. And secondly, quite often when I click on one of these, I won't get the proper villager. It's like, it doesn't always show their first trade. A lot of times it shows a trade somewhere in the middle, not even on the end. And it doesn't always give me the villager I'm looking for. Now, it's not like 100% broken, but I'd say 1 in every 4 tries I get the wrong villager. This one's interesting. I haven't seen this one. This guy's new. This is an MFR villager, I think, and he's a rubber sapling trader. For an emerald and 8 dark oak, I can get 3 rubber saplings, which is great if I don't have any growing nearby. Yeah, see? Minecart tracks, reinforced switching tracks, a signal block surveyor, all sorts of stuff. I can get coal coke from this guy. Real interesting and neat stuff. I've got a lot of things I could trade for. There is a villager that will give you, I can't remember which one it is. No. Here we go. This guy. 18 wheat for 1, gives you 1 emerald, which is actually great. I could start a wheat farm and trade for emeralds and then use the emeralds here for everything else. So I'm actually tempted to put like a couple of squares of wheat right here. I could put 10-10-10 wheat from Agricraft. I could put some right here in these squares, you know. I think that'd be really cool. I could put them on, I think, fertilized earth or something like that, so it wouldn't have to be a water source. I could do, you know, little squares of like 3 here, 3 here. I think that would net me, what's 6 times 4? 6 times 4 is what? 24? Yeah, 6, 12, 18, 20. I can math. Math's hard. So that would net me about 24 wheat every pass, which would be pretty good. So I could use 18. I could put a little chest somewhere, hide it, and I could use that to actually do trading with that 1 villager. Now, I have logged out and back in several times. I've had the chunks load and unload, and it seems like the villagers stay consistent. A lot of you answered my comments last time also that villagers, and I asked this on Twitter, villagers are different from standard passive animals. They will not despawn. Well, actually, passive livestock won't, but monsters will. So they're different from, you know, mobs, monsters. Which is good. So we have a consistent set of villagers that we can keep track of now. There's a few more that I'd love to go capture. I think there's sometimes a one dressed as an Elvis that is a open blocks villager. There is sometimes a villager for RF tools, which I want to go get. I don't think I can breed those. And there is sometimes a villager that actually trades for IE. So once IE comes in, we'll have to see if we can get ourselves an IE villager or if we're going to have to go find one. But yeah, I think we've topped out at about 16 villagers right now, which is good. We don't want too many in that small space. Yeah. So it's been a very good day. I did record Friday's episode, and because of problems with YouTube, I tried to upload it over several times on Friday, and it ended up either stalling out or whatever. So I stopped it and restarted it on Saturday morning. Totally new upload, and that upload went from Saturday all the way into Sunday afternoon. Like, that was one upload, which is just sad. It's disastrous. I'm hoping those problems are behind us, however, and that we can get back to what we need to do. I do love this clear bridge. This is awesome. Made it of enlightened clear glass. It lights the whole place up. But we get a nice view of the villagers down there, and we can kind of observe, which is very cool. Let's see. Let's go down. What I plan on doing is what I did here. I'm going to do over here. This is why this tower is the magic tower, is because basically the magic stuff's right over here. I'm going to punch a hole out through here, make a walkway across, and then that tower is going to have the blood magic stuff in the top level, and the Thaumcraft stuff in the lower levels. I'm probably going to have several floors devoted to Thaumcraft, because I want to have one that is devoted entirely to a jar system for this stuff, and I want to automate it with an actual golem. I think that would be really good. Then I can actually put a, what is it called? Oh gosh, let me look it up real quick. Hang on. I think it's called a black hole mirror. No, that's not right. Essentia mirror. Oh, fiddlesticks. No, artificing. Essentia mirror. There we go. Yes, the Essentia mirror. I want to get one of those on each end, so I can have one on the Essentia processing floor, and then get another one and just stick it like right here next to the altar, on the floor up. I would probably put these guys on the same floor as the altar, the infusion altar. I've got a pretty compact setup with this. I'll probably do a similar setup there. That will be basically, that's going to be on the bottom floor. This is going to be on the middle floor. And then on the top floor, under the glass dome, we're going to have this. I'm going to try and do, this is only a tier 3 altar. I have enough space for a tier 4. I don't know if I have enough space for a tier 5, but that's okay. Because, let's go over here. I'm going to go into my TARDIS. Dun, dun, dun. Let's put the helmet back on. I need to take this off and on real quick. Yep, there we go. So, let's swap those. I didn't mean to bring the Thaumonomicon with me. I'm going to put this in. We're going to go to rooms. There we go, rooms. There is... Nope, I want Blood Magic 2. I think that's the one I want. I can't remember. There we go. We're going to go over here. Boop. And this is basically... So that's a tier 1 altar, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6. I have space in here in this room pre-made for tier 6 altar. There is even a little bit of space under here for these roundels. I can put nanogene canisters on these. Nanogene canisters are a part of the TARDIS mod, and basically what they do is they heal. They use power from the actual reserves of the ship to heal you a little bit at a time. So I could put nanogene canisters here, 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 and here. So whenever I'm standing on top of this altar, I could actually turn this into a massive self-sacrifice altar. Now, another route to do it is turn this into a well of suffering. I have enough space. I could put the ritual right here under this level of these things. But what I'm going to have to do is make a box, a dark box, specifically because this floor, the blocks in these floor emit light. If I hit F7, you notice we get no X's in here. It's not just because it's daytime outside. It's also because, I mean, I could go all the way back here, but it's also the fact that all of these blocks emit light, a low level of light. So there's always a constant lighting level in the TARDIS of 15. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to put a layer of blocks on top of this and then box it in on the sides with dark glass. Then we could set up a spawner, maybe chunk load it, and put the spawner on a redstone trigger. So we're using, like, let's say the either the MFR spawner, or it might be better to actually use the Ender IO spawner. And we could put this under here and use it for such things as, we could do the name tagged witches trick and everything. You can do a well of suffering under here. It's just that, like I said, because the floor emits light, you have to put a layer of blocks on top of the floor, and a lot of people kind of forget that aspect. Let's go back to the main control room real quick. I haven't gotten a lot of reaction because the TARDIS episode went up at such an odd hour over the weekend. I think it kind of ruined audience reception. Garden of Grass, I can't remember if that's the one I want. I think it is. Go over here. No, that's not the right one, but it is a good one. Let's go. Where's the... stone? Is there a stone block there? Okay, there's a level below this. Boop. Okay, we're back in the main control room. I just dismantled that thing. There is one that is specific. Witchery. That's the one we want. Let's go back this way again. We're going to hang a left. Anyway, yeah, because the Friday episode went up at such a strange hour because of delays over the weekend, I haven't really seen a good reception yet on reactions. So, yeah, by the way, let's see, I think this is a ritual circle space. I can put the cauldron right here and set this on fire. And then one level up, we go over here, and it says, place last altar block in dead center of the room, basically. So you can put the altar right here and then plant all of your witchery crops, like Snowbell and, you know, all the water-based stuff up here. So it's all planted here. It all counts towards the altar, plus the grass does. And then you just put the altar right here in this space. Then you have a nice, big, massive witchery altar. You go up here, you can actually do the different circles, and you could, if you wanted to, put another altar right here. So, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. It's a really great room that's been custom made for the actual witchery mod. So we have a big tier 6 altar space over there that we could turn into a well of suffering. We have witchery space over there. The library's back there. Let me think. How much space do I have at the top? I'm not sure I have enough space at the top. Yeah, I do. Okay, I have loads of space at the top. So way up here, if I wanted to, I could actually make a big Thaumcraft space, which is tempting, but I think I'm going to put Thaumcraft in the actual tower that we built for the main building, for the observatory. So yeah, that is what I plan on doing with the TARDIS. Let's get this, and I'm just going to put it up here with my key for now. I don't really need it. By the way, before I forget, come on, Overworld. There we go. Let's get that key. This is my key, right? If you shift, right-click the front door, will only open for its owner. Will only open for its owner and people with keys. Basically, you just make another key, right-click it to make it yours, and then give it to somebody else. That's how you give somebody else a key for your TARDIS. It will open for all, and then will only open for its owner. I usually leave it to this door will open for all. Just because, you know, I trust the guys on the server. I don't think anybody's going to do anything nasty or take off with my TARDIS. Plus, once they get inside, I have to give them permission to even interact with any of the TARDIS controls or aspects. And I haven't. So I know they can't steal my TARDIS. Let's go downstairs real quick. I'm going to sleep to make it daytime. And there we go. Okay, so this has been running ever since we first stepped into, really, it's been running ever since the BDE. I've expanded it and upgraded it slowly. If you notice, Antimatter Relay Mark III, Mark III, Mark III, Mark III. This is all Mark III stuff. The condenser is still a Mark I. It's not a Mark II. I haven't upgraded it yet. But I've been amassing red matter for quite a while now, and I've specifically told myself not to use it. Oh, I already have a ton in there. I'm trying not to just kind of blow my power curve too quickly. However, I do want to get some of this stuff and start making some of the more advanced Project E things. Like, let's do that. Specifically, I would actually like... Do I have an Omega already? Yeah, I already have one Klein Star Omega. I have taught that Klein Star Omega to my table already. It is full up on stored EMC. I could empty the whole thing out if I wanted to. Boom, 82 million EMC, but I don't. This is my battery specifically. But I want, like, for example, I would like a transmutation tablet. I think that would be really, really neat. But I want to keep this thing here. So what I want to do, let's see. I need, what is that made out of? That's dark matter and stone. Obsidian and stone. So I need 8 stone, 4 obsidian. I need to get out my Philosopher's Stone, plus I need to get actually dark matter. I'm trying to remember. It is, yep. I don't think I ever taught this. I don't know why I didn't ever teach this. So I've got 3 dark matter blocks, which means now we equip this. Hit C to bring this up. We can actually move this up here. Make a tablet, right? Put this back down. Then we're going to, whoopsie, do this and get a transmutation tablet, which means now we have portable access to a lot of the quick things that we've been doing, like pulling out some chisel blocks, or I need 1 thing of glowstone, which is really, really good. Let's see. There was something else that I wanted to make, but I can't remember which one it was. There's the different rings. Mercurial Eye. The tools. The tools would be very, very cool. Great addition, I think. But I'm not sure I want to mess with that right now. Oh, I tell you one thing I wanted to actually do. I want to actually make a red matter furnace. There's a dark matter furnace. I need a lot of blocks of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's that. Gonna get 8 of those. We are going to make a furnace real quick. Put that around it. We got a dark matter furnace. Yay. I'm actually going to teach this to my table. And now what we can actually do is we're going to have to get, let's just get a whole bunch of this stuff. We have to, oh gosh, no, that's wrong. I mismoused. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means we can put this in the middle, put these around the outside edge. Is that not right? How do we make a dark matter? I mean, a red matter furnace. Oh, it only requires, ooh, okay. So it doesn't require 8 of those things. Whoops. Yay, okay. Which means now I can get all this stuff. Let's put this back and get a Mark III. Also, I'm going to teach that. Now, why do I want one of these things? Specifically, they are very, very useful. Where do I want to put this? I'm going to put it right there. Put this on top. So basically, this runs permanently now, thanks to this. This is feeding energy into the actual furnace, which means if I wanted to, I could get, oh gosh, let's get 4 stacks of cobblestone. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, did I get 4? Come over here. This thing is going to power through these so quickly. It's great for mass cooking sessions. It also automatically doubles ore. Now, I'm not going to use this for ore processing because I'm hoping within the next few episodes, I'm going to start getting into mechanism, which means I'll be able to triple, then quadruple, then what's the step past that? Quintuple. But it's at least a step in the right direction. So I'm going to get ready for the world download, which means I need to come over here. I'm going to right click that. Everything on my hotbar gets taken off. Everything in my inventory. Gonna walk over here. Put that back. I am completely ordinary now. So let's right click settings. Yeah. So everything is now up here. That means that you have full and complete access to all of my stuff. I'm going to get the world download ready. I'm going to tell the rest of the guys, and we're going to get everything straightened out. By the way, we have a lot more teleporters at spawn. So if you want to find people's bases, go over here. You got, this is, Biodome is, this is Trunks 9809. This is me in the observatory. That's Greylock. The Weeping Skull. That's Dark Preacher. And that's Berg Mountain. So yeah, you can pop around as much as you want to. Take a look at things. All the guys, I think, are setting up their gear in similar ways as I am. So come on, Forge. Thank you very much. So you'll be able to have access to all of their stuff, just like you do mine. I'm going to catch you later. Have a good Monday. Have a good week. Bye-bye.